Hey my friends, how can we boost our immune system and immune function with vitamins and minerals? There are actually a number of nutrients available that help us improve and strengthen our immune function. We'll also deal with what about the loss of sense of smell and how that relates to nutrients. In this video, I like to focus on just 4 nutrients. That's vitamin C, that's B6, folate B12, I'll group together, and we have zinc as well. Vitamin D, also good for your immune system, we already looked at in the previous video. I'll put the link again in the notes so you can find that if you missed it. But let's take a look first at the immune system in general and why nutrients are so important for it. The immune system is spread throughout our entire body. We have some organs, a part of it, tissues, and individual cells. The organs would be your spleen and your liver would come into that. Tissues would be what we sometimes call our glands, our lymph nodes, all the associated ducts and tubes, which would be our lymphatic system. The cells are then white blood cells, part of your blood, so they're also moving around your body, being pumped around, and they can also move into tissues and cells, and they can go in there and gobble up space invaders. When thinking of the white blood cells, I like to compare them to Pac-Man, running around chomping up stuff. So obviously in the body, in reality, they don't look like it, they don't literally eat things, but the net effect of finding something that is considered to not belong into the body, that's not healthy for us, they find it and they gobble it up and they destroy it. That's what your white blood cells do. So where do nutrients fit in? For any of these immune actions to take place, we need to have certain substances that do the job, and they're often proteins. Proteins are made in our cells, and here's the difference. We need the protein, and we need to make it. In the manufacturing process, we have substances called enzymes, and they can change a manufacturer from a kind of super slow to really fast. It's there when we need it. And your nutrients, they come in to help make the enzymes faster, that your production and your immune response can be adequate and can be there when it's needed. So the nutrients we're talking about here are quite important for the production of these proteins and these enzymes. Interesting for some of you might maybe be that nutritional deficiencies are quite common in our societies, not somewhere else. So let's take a look at the nutrients themselves. First up is vitamin C. Vitamin C actually has quite a broad influence in the body. It starts from keeping our barriers intact. So we're talking about skin, we're talking about membranes, we're talking about the gut lining. Vitamin C is important there. And it goes all the way to being toxic to cells and destroying them directly. A further important role of vitamin C in the body is its ability to regulate inflammation. It's also good to treat and prevent respiratory infections. So on the flip side then, when we have inflammation, when we have infections, that reduces your vitamin C in the body, making the need for more even more important. The second nutrient is vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 is an important cofactor in building proteins. B6 is needed to build good, healthy proteins that we need in the immune response, in the immune system. It should be kind of clear to us, we need good cells and good protein production throughout the body, so this doesn't just apply for your immune system, but the body generally. So next we take a look at folate and B12. They kind of tend to work together or are grouped together. Folate, also sometimes called B9, or some people think of it as folic acid when you see it on the shelf. These two are very important, mostly known for blood health, mostly recognized for red blood cell integrity and then associated with anemia. But it doesn't stop at those cells. Your immune cells also needed for proper building. Replication of cells, making new ones, depends on folate and B12. Now, next one for us is zinc. Zinc is a mineral, so we're moving from vitamins to minerals. Zinc is a metallic mineral that is important in, I think, probably one of the most, like hundreds of enzyme functions. Without zinc, not much is going to happen. Growth slows down. We need this to make our body replace our body, renovate our body, have an appropriate immune system ready when it's needed. The thing is, though, that zinc deficiency is more common than we might anticipate. In the elderly population, about 50% have low zinc levels. That obviously varies from country to country, but a large percentage of older people have low zinc levels, which directly equates with lowered immunity. When we have lower zinc levels, we have a higher chance of inflammation, and we also can use zinc specifically for treating respiratory tract infections. So you can see zinc is kind of like a crucial part in this game. Even just having a little bit of low zinc levels has an effect on lowering your immune system. And this brings us to that part about the loss of sense of smell. How does this tie in? When we have low zinc in the tissues in the body, then we can lose or have a diminished sense of smell. We don't smell as well anymore. So lowered or not being able to smell is a symptom of zinc deficiency. Not necessarily the only one, but it can hint at that, so you can test and figure out if that is the case. Finally, just a little reminder that vitamin D is produced in your skin, so do get outside when you can or be exposed to some form of sunshine that you make it in your own body. But you might ask, well, how do I get the rest? Ideally, when you eat reasonably healthy food, these nutrients are in there. Did you know vitamin C in humans cannot be made? Many animals, many plants make it. They have the ability. We've lost that. So we need to look at foods that can bring that nutrient back into our body. So I would suggest, now that you've got time, spend some time on the internet, look up the extensive lists of which nutrients you can find in which food, and then decide where I'm living, what I have access to. This is what I could get. This is what I could get to bring in those nutrients into my body, into my system, that your immune system remains at a good, healthy, natural level. And of course, keep in mind, there are a lot more nutrients than just the ones we've looked at here, but gives you an indication, an idea of how important they are. Generally, I would also recommend, see if you can get your nutrients from an inclusive source, so real food. The absorption rates and the usefulness of many of the pills and tablets we get isn't often as good as it comes in its original packaging to us for the body already. In the next video, we'll take a look at the importance of sleep and rest for a healthy immune system. I'll see you there.